Good day! BusinessMirror offers you stories, conversations, and insights. With this session we're calling Freshly Brewed. Like great coffee to savor, Freshly Brewed tells compelling stories through the interaction between the most interesting people and BusinessMirror's roster of journalist hosts, discussing the hot issues of the day or topics still unfolding, or even brewing. And these compelling stories are shared with you via BusinessMirror's multimedia platforms. If you're getting married anytime soon, you'll find this episode very informative. Find out about latest trends, how much you should be setting aside for your big day, and whether you should be attending bridal fairs. Our host for today is BusinessMirror's reporter Bless Ogerio, and let's listen in to her conversation with Marky Almazora, AVP for Marketing and Communications at Club Ananda.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Freshly Brewed. I am Bless Ogerio, a reporter for Business Mirror and your host for today. Today we're talking all things wedding planning and we're thrilled to have with us Marky Almazora, AVP for Marketing and Communications at Club Ananda. Hello Marky.
Hi, Bless. So thank you for having me here and to the Business Mirror family. So
Yes.
to all the viewers, so I hope you're having a great day today.
We're so excited to have you. Before we get into the specifics of wedding planning pala, sir, can you give us a brief background about yourself and your role at Club Ananda? Like, how did you end up in this whole wedding scene?
Okay, I am working as an AVP for Marketing at Club Ananda. That's under City State Properties and Management Corporation. So my responsibility is really to promote Club Ananda as a wedding venue to the soon-to-wed couples, and at the same time to connect with the best players in the live events industry so we can help the couple to realize their dream wedding. So I've been doing this for 9 years already because I
close to
started
a
work.
decade.
Yes, actually next year it's my
Okay.
10th year at Club Ananda. So I'm just enjoying it because you know what? When I was in college, I was a freelancer. Yes, I was doing events.
Wow,
Yeah, that's
okay,
why
so-
when this role was offered to me at CPMC, I wholeheartedly accepted it because originally my role was to market the real estate project of CPMC.
You're really in the line of marketing ever since, sir.
Yes, that's true. But I love doing events.
That's so sweet. And that's exactly the kind of stories we love here on Freshly Brewed, sir. So let's get down to it na po, no? So speaking of weddings, these past few years, hindi na po sila yung typical traditional weddings anymore, kagaya ng dati, right? Ano po ba yung mga napansin yung old school things that couples were like, no, we're good, or we're not doing it anymore this time?
Actually, you know what, Bless? Wedding traditions are still present at this time. I mean, couples don't skip wedding tradition. They still do it. But I think the way they do it is now different. It's a lot different compared before. So it evolved. It has evolved, actually. So like, for example, I give you an example so you can clearly understand what I'm
that's
saying.
much better
no?
for our audience, sir.
Before the entrance, during the wedding reception, the wedding celebration, it was very formal. The host would just call the entourage, and that's it. But now, they're doing it in a lively manner. You know, entourage or members of the entourage are actually doing TikTok dance. Have you seen TikTok videos about it? And
So-
even the entrance of the couple.
So from very linear to sobrang marami ng pakulo like
That's
this time.
true. So maraming improvements kung paano siya sineselebrate ngayon. Ang dami na. But wedding traditions are still there.
Okay. So, what are couples into now po ba? Are trends like yung same-day edits, personalized hashtags, photoshoots? Is it, ano po ba, still a thing or may mga mas bagong must-haves ngayon?
Oh, actually, same-day edits are still there. Couples still want it. Parang it has become an essential in wedding celebration. Even hashtags, personalized hashtags, and photo shoots, hindi na mawawala yan. Before the wedding, on the day of the wedding, before the wedding ceremony starts, during the wedding ceremony, and even during the wedding celebration. So, andyan na ang photo shoots, hindi na mawawala. But, based on my observation, ang mga bagong must-haves ngayon, for me, must-have, essential,
Okay.
yung sa cocktail.
What about
Before, hindi pinapansin ng cocktail. So, cocktail hour is happening right after wedding ceremony.
Yes.
This is the time when the couple is being photographed. No, parang it's called post-nap pictorial. Yung pagtas ng kasal, may pictorial sila, may retouch sila. So, they're ready pag nag-celebrate na sa wedding reception. So, during this time, the guests are not doing anything else. So, they will get bored, some will get irritated. Ang tagal-tagal naman ng wedding. Something like that, diba? So, ngayon, couples are focusing on that. So, they are spending for activities that the guests can do during that time. So they will not get bored. Diba? So they will not get annoyed and they will wait for the celebration. That's one thing that I see, no? That's one thing that I've noticed. So yung cocktail hour and even pre-wedding dinner, yung night before the wedding, they're also gathering together, the family of the bride and then the family of the groom. So they're gathered for a dinner. Yeah, so yun yung mga nakikita ko and I think it's becoming an essential.
May ganong thing po pala, no? Akala ko po kasi yung mga bachelor party lang, like yung bride with her friends, groom with his friends.
Yes, it's
pero
different.
Yung sa family, it's a thing na pala ngayon. And what about themes and styles? What's hot right now, sir?
Okay, when it comes to style or themes, ang nakikita ko ngayon, many couples are wanting to have a simple and yet classy design. Minimalist. So parang gusto nila yung minimalist lang yung styling.
Mostly white, no? Aesthetic.
White and green, ayan ang nakikita ko ngayon. So
Pastel colors, sir.
pastel colors, yes, that's true. No, maybe because, especially if your venue is a nature-oriented venue, no? So talagang kailangan mas ma-highlight yung nature kaysa dun sa styling mo. But of course, there are still couples who want their styling to be grand, to be superb. Kaya they're hiring stylists talaga para lagyan ng ceiling decoration, to make it look grand.
Okay. That's nice, no, sir? Are there any unconventional or memorable wedding themes you have seen in your 9 years as a wedding planner?
O, ano ba? I think
Yung
I
mga weird-
attended a wedding na color black ang theme.
Di ba bawal po yan, lalo if Catholic Church, gano'n?
Ayun ang iniisip ko during that time. What? Really? Seriously? Color black? Even the members of the entourage? And it's a Catholic wedding.
Oh, my.
Yeah. But of course, the bride was wearing
White.
traditional white gown. Pero the entourage, the members of the entourage, they were wearing black. Yeah, and even the guests. So it's color black. But it's really cool, no? That's the personality of the couple. Yun pang isa eh. When you are choosing a theme for your wedding, it's very important that you consider your personality. If that's your personality, then do it.
Push. As long as legal and walang inaapakang tao.
That's true.
For the benefit of our couples just starting out, I would like to know, ano po ba yung best way to tackle yung pagpaplano ng wedding? So, ano po ba yung ideal pace nito? How long should the preparation take?
Okay, for me, personally, the ideal timeline for wedding planning is 1 to 2 years. Especially if you want a destination wedding, meaning you will go out of town, right? So it should be 1 to 2 years. Why? Because the churches. So ang hirap, especially if it's a Catholic wedding, ang bilis mabook ng mga churches, especially in Metro Tagaytay, mabilis. So kailangan ganun ka rin kaagang mag-plan. Kasi pag nahuli ka, mahihirapan kang maghanap ng church at ng venue. Baka magkaroon ng change sa plan mo. But I've seen couples, lalo na this January, na parang their wedding is this year. So in less than 6 months, their wedding is going to take place. Pero nag-start pa lang sila ng wedding planning. It's good. However, you need to have a planner so that the planner can help you. Kasi ang hirap din that you are rushing things. Baka
Yung mga
magkamali ka.
nag-DIY.
That's true. Baka magkamali ka ng suppliers na ibubuk mo. And suppliers are very important. If you book the wrong supplier, your wedding is going to be horrible. And you don't want that to happen, di ba? So, pag ganun, less than a year ka magpa-plan, that is fine, but you have to hire a wedding planner. A wedding planner that can help you with the planning. So, and the wedding planner who can help you book the right suppliers.
Okay, got it, sir. But what about the budget? If you were to rank them in the top 3, for example, what should be the priorities of the wedding spending?
Okay, so it really depends, no? But for me, the top 3, number 1, of course, is your venue, church and venue. If Catholic wedding, no, church and venue. Then second would be catering, and then third would be photo and video.
Okay.
But it still depends on the couple. The question is, what are your non-negotiables? Meaning, yung parang para sa'yo importante yon at kailangan ito yung mabook mo doon. Okay? There are couples na non-negotiable sa kanila ang hair and makeup artist. Well, if that is a non-negotiable, then you have to include that in your priority list. So, that's it.
Makes sense. Regarding guests, of course, yung family and friends, they need to be there to make it feel complete. But what do you think, sir? Is it okay to have kids at the wedding, or is it better to keep it adults only since may mga ganong type ng weddings na no kids allowed, na adults only?
Yeah, that's true, no? Meron ng mga couples who want that, na parang no kids allowed, just adults. But you know what? It really depends on your guest. As a couple, you have to know how many of your guests have small children. So you have to list them down and ask if they have people to look after their kids during the wedding. If they have, well, you can invite them. You can invite the kids. What you can do is to create an activity for the kids. So assign an area in the venue where the kids can stay, they can play there. You can coordinate or you can communicate with your planner for the activities for the kids. But if you have a budget,
That's another
well,
consideration for the budget.
yeah, that's another consideration, yes. If you have a budget, well, I guess you just have to be honest with your friends and relatives na it's just an adult's party. So no kids allowed. I think they will understand.
Segue lang, sir. Paano po ba yung nice way to say it to your guest if ever you want it to be adults only? Since parang nakikita ko lang din po na dumadami yung ganong type of couples na type nila adults only lang para daw smooth yung kanilang flow na.
Just put it on the invitation.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Straightforward
You know,
as
these people are close to you, and we can be straightforward to them. I'm sure they will not get offended, and they will understand. Just tell them the reason.
Hopefully. Now, let's talk about venues. What are the musts and what are the big no-nos?
For venues, well, for me, it's really important that you check your budget first.
Okay.
The first step in wedding planning is really to envision what you really want to happen on your wedding day. What I want to have.
Anong fantasy mo?
Yes, exactly. Then from there, you will set a budget. You have to speak with your partner and decide on the budget. How much are we going to allot for our wedding day? Then after that, you have to look for a venue already. So your venue will depend on how much is your budget, how much your budget is. So syempre, kung ang ganda-ganda ng gusto mong mangyari sa wedding mo, tas eto yung budget mo, tas yung wedding venue mo is very expensive, parang hindi naman yata siya pwede, hindi siya tutugma. Why am I saying this? Example, okay, you are considering an expensive venue, okay? Premium wedding venue.
Okay.
But your budget is only limited. How about the other suppliers? Remember, when you're booking an expensive wedding venue, kasama na nito yung mga suppliers niya, expensive din. Because these venues have accredited suppliers and they will only allow the suppliers na mag-event sa kanila.
Sila lang
If
yung pwedeng
hindi,
pumasok.
that's true. If hindi, you will have to pay corkage fees and additional cost yon. So that's one thing that couples should remember. So when they're booking an expensive venue, they have to make sure that they have a budget for the other suppliers. Okay, and second, it's really your personality. You know, when you visit the venue, when you do an ocular, if you are able to relate to it, parang na-feel mo, oh my gosh, I like it here.
Para dito ako.
You have the budget,
Kami.
go for it. And then the last one is the convenience and accessibility. It should be accessible to your guests and to your suppliers also. Sometimes couples are forgetting about the suppliers. So you have to consider if the venue is convenient for the suppliers as well.
Kanina pa po natin pinag-uusapan yung about sa budget, no? Pero in general po ba, ano po ba yung typical or yung ideal na budget range kapag nagpaplano ng wedding? Okay lang ba na umabot siya ng millions or hundred thousands? I mean, ano po yung, parang, give me the number, sir.
Alam mo, it really depends on what you want eh.
Okay.
It really depends on the couple. If you're the type of couple who wants it grand, well, of course, you will be spending millions, okay, for your wedding day. But if you're just a simple couple na ang gusto mo lang sige na, mairaos lang natin yung kasal. Ang importante, makasal tayo. There are couples who are like that. And kung ganun kang couple, I think hindi ka gagastos ng malaki. So it really depends. Para sa akin, personally, I believe, walang ideal budget.
Okay.
So it really depends on your preferences. Kung yung vision mo sa wedding mo.
What about the food naman po? How can couples make sure na yung caterer nila ay naiintindihan yung vision and yung type na cuisine na gusto nila sa kanilang wedding?
Well, you have to be clear with your caterer. No? When you book them and when you are giving them details, you have to be clear with what you want to have, what are the dishes that you want to be served to your guests. So on the day of your wedding. So they will really help you. And ikaw din, as a couple, you have to ask your guests, do you have food allergies? So that you can relay that to the caterers. So, yun.
About bridal fairs naman po, worth it pa po ba yun sa panahon ngayon?
Yes, for me. Especially ang daming fly-by-night suppliers.
Wow.
Kasi suppliers in the bridal fairs are really legit. Kasi, you know, the organizers are asking for your business permit. So, meaning, pag may business permits ka, so legit kang negosyo. So, yung scamming, hindi possible na mangyari. So, yun ang number one reason kung bakit dapat pumunta ka ng bridal fairs. And secondly, you will be able to speak with the suppliers personally. You can discuss with them what you really want to have on your wedding day, and they can offer suggestions. Sometimes kasi it's difficult to talk online. Diba? Especially kung wala naman talagang Zoom meeting or Gmeet meeting, parang ganon, parang nagchat-chat lang kayo. It's hard, no? Pero doon kasi face-to-face, makikita mo sila. So, makikita mo din how they behave. So, parang magiging comfortable na kayo sa isa't isa. And then third, of course, they love this, discounts and freebies.
Wow.
Because all suppliers in the bridal expos are giving discounts and freebies at makakatipid ka doon, syempre.
Might consider attending one if I ever decided to get married. Joke lang. Nice. Okay, down to our last segment, sir. If the wedding was, sabihin nating phase 1 siya ng couples, what are the steps naman to successfully transition doon sa phase 2 ng married life? Such as yung name change process, yung pag-merge ng kanilang finances. Ano po yung masasabi niyo doon?
Okay, yung married life na nila. Parang hindi ako expert dyan. But actually, after the wedding, of course, I think couples are forgetting about this. Parang ang next nilang naiisip is honeymoon stage, no? Well, talaga namang honeymoon stage after the wedding. But they're forgetting about the marriage certificate. So, kailangan i-file nila yon.
Yes.
After ng kasal nila, ipa-file nila yon kung saan ginanap yung kasal nila. If you had your wedding in Nasugbu, Batangas, you have to file your marriage certificate with the municipality of Nasugbu. Okay? You can ask your planner about it. Actually, there are planners who are assisting their couples with it. But there are planners din na hindi nakasama sa package nila yon. So, yung couple nang bahala doon. Huwag nilang kalimutan yon.
Sabihan niyo po sila dyan sa camera. Di ba, reminder. And with that, sir, how can couples intentionally recenter yung focus nila dun sa marriage after yung whirlwind ng wedding planning?
Well, alam mo, parang ang hirap sagutin ito ha. But I think, unang-una yung gratitude, no? Yung practice gratitude. Of course, it's very important that you thank the people who supported you, diba? During the planning stage of your wedding, it's very important to practice gratitude. And secondly, I think kailangan magkaroon din kayo ng sariling tradition mo ng husband mo or ng wife mo. So you can have parang dinner time, parang dinner date every day, ganyan. Tapos o kaya naman parang late night talks. So setting goals together, something like that. Mga ganong tradition, dapat magkaroon sila.
Grabe, based on true experience po ba yan, sir?
Parang nga, no?
Oh, that's so awesome, sir. Any final words of wisdom for our couples who will soon be getting married?
Well, I think I will just give them pieces of advice, especially when it comes to wedding planning. No, so to all the soon-to-wed couples, if you are starting to plan for your dream wedding, well, I think the first thing that you have to do is to know what you really want to happen on your wedding day. What is your vision? You have to be clear with that. And then that vision must be communicated with all the suppliers that you would be hiring for your wedding day. In choosing suppliers, it's very important that you check, okay, their credibility and their expertise. No, they have social media accounts. You can ask other people, okay, to vouch kung okay ba talaga sila or hindi. Okay, I suggest that you attend bridal fairs, no? And the most important thing is you always have to consider your personality. So when booking your suppliers and when you are actually thinking of a concept for your wedding planning is not easy. So it's really difficult. So what you have to do is to get experts to help you with it.
Love that, sir. Definitely a great word for today. Thank you so much, Sir Marky, no, for the very fun and informative thoughts that you have shared with us. And thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us on Freshly Brewed. This has been Bless Ogerio, and don't forget to catch us on our next episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media. See you next time.
And that wraps up our Freshly Brewed episode for today. Thank you for tuning in to Freshly Brewed. Stay informed, stay inspired, and make smarter choices every day with Business Mirror. For the latest stories and updates, visit our website, businessmirror.com.ph, for a broader look at today's business. And follow us on our social media channels. Stay ahead, no more. And see you next time.